Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Harry Muppet. Welcome back to another daily Masters cast, and once again we are going to be heading back to the South Korean regional finals for the WCS Season 2. So down the bottom right side of the map, we do have our red Terran player. Is of course INnoVation, and we've cast very little games of INnoVation, but definitely know who this guy is. He plays for Team Acer. He is currently ranked number 1 in the WCS with 5,900 points, according to this Wikipedia, which may be a little bit off, but it's probably right. And yeah, I definitely know him very well because, of course, he won Season 1, the Season 1 finals. Unfortunately, he didn't make it into the Season 2 finals tournament. At least not in terms of the games I've been casting. He may have got knocked out in like the round of 16 or the round of 32 or something, but definitely it was Season 1 finals, the World Finals. He won that, and yeah, so he is a beautiful, beautiful Terran player from South Korea. And geez, that drone is really going out fast. Up the top left side of the map, we do have our blue Zerg player, and his name is Savage, and he's basically, he's from South Korea, of course. He plays for the Jin Air Green Wings team, and he is ranked number 137 in the WCS with about 175 points. So, yeah, it's pretty awesome, pretty awesome. Of course, he's going to have his work cut out for him facing off against INnoVation, but I think you could pretty much say the same for any player facing off against INnoVation. And INnoVation actually decided to go for a command center before barracks, so very, very interesting choice, but I feel like Savage going for a hatch before pool is not going to be able to punish him for that decision, and it's very hard to punish somebody for that decision anyway. So yeah, it should be fine. Although this guy's actually expanding out here, that is pretty crazy, and I cannot imagine that Savage will actually let that completely land, because if he lets that completely land, that's 300 minerals down the drain, and at this early stage of the game, you cannot afford to lose 300 minerals. And maybe you can, but I wouldn't have thought it's a very good idea. I mean, it will delay, like severely delay the command center, and I don't think that INnoVation has any idea this hatchery is actually going down. So yeah, that's actually quite interesting. He really needs to go out there and scout that very soon, but of course it's not part of the general Terran play to sort of scout that sort of stuff. He's only seeing it now that the bunker comes out, and he's going to go ahead and put the bunker a little bit closer to this and start shooting it, but there's no way he can kill that in time if Savage decides to let it fully build. He was never going to have the DPS to completely knock that down, so we can possibly see a cancel at the very last second, but I don't think we're going to. I think we're going to let it go all the way up, and now it's just creep all over the place. It's going to take him ages to actually kill that, and yeah, it's going to take him even longer to put his command center down once the Nexus has actually been killed. So he's building a queen out there, he's building a couple of lings. He's building as much as he can to try and keep this base covered in there. Look at this beautiful move, moving the lings around the side, not attacking the bunker. He's going to go straight into the main base and start attacking other stuff. So now he needs Marines to try and defend here. And yeah, INnoVation is got to be a little bit panicked right now. He's got lings all over the place. He's got a hatchery that he needs to kill ASAP, but right now he's just spending most of his time chasing these bloody lings around. He's still got the 2 Marines in there. We've got a Queen attacking the bunker. The Queen's not going to be doing too much, but a nice spy crawler going down here, and he's going to have to take that out as well. He cannot afford for it to just be taken out. Is he going to lift up the supply depots this time? There he goes. That's beautiful. A Widow Mine at the back. So that's going to be fine. These Marines having to jump out once again to take these guys out. And so far, Savage has done quite a bit of damage without spending a lot of minerals. I mean, he's spent the hatchery and the spine crawler. Question is, can he get range on this spine crawler to actually hit the bunker without the bunker being able to hit the spine crawler? I'm quite sure he can. in a certain position. Look at the broodlings going nuts. And the bunker is actually in serious danger of going down, having to get repaired. And this command center is going to take ages. And meanwhile, there is 3 spine crawlers up the back. It will probably take a couple of minutes for them to start losing health due to the creep receding. Oh no, actually, the queen putting down a creep tumor. Absolutely brilliant play from Savage so far. Cutting down these creep tumors will keep these spine crawlers alive for a long time. And what is this going in? It's already got a medevac with a widow mine, so he thinks the danger's gone, but I don't think he knows about these spine crawlers yet. And of course, these creep tumors are going to keep this covered as far as the command center landing as well. So very bad. A few queens just spitting off this medevac for now. He's going to try and move a widow mine up, but the queens do see it. He's going to try and plant, but he does not have the fast planting stuff researched yet. Lings meanwhile just going to be attacking away at this thing, and with all these spine crawlers here, this base is pretty much dead. He's just not going to be able to do anything until he starts getting out a decent amount of marauders to start taking them out. He's going to be able to save this with the stuff that was in that medevac, so pretty nice there. And meanwhile, INnoVation's just, yeah, Savage, such a crazy attack going in there, and INnoVation is a little bit all over the place there. He really needs to consolidate himself. He really needs to get rid of all this stuff and just sort of settle back and say, I've got my stuff happening. Here we go, siege tank coming out, and this is going to be what he needs to do. The queen coming in, but that queen is going to die in like 2 shots. This is very brilliant, and it's been so long since we've seen a Terran player bust out the siege tanks to take care of the bloody spine crawlers, because that's really old school play. Like back in the Brood War days, it was all about the siege tanks sieging up and taking out stuff long range, buildings long range. I suppose it was mainly from the campaign, but yeah, right now it is going to be completely awesome, and these things are going to go down. There's no more queen, but the queen definitely did her fair share of creep tumors around here. And I mean, INnoVation has got to know there's creep tumors there, because of course the creep isn't receding. Widow mine down there, and the widow mine has 2 kills, so that is not bad at all. He's going to have to get an overseer somewhere over there to try and save that. Here we go, warping in an overseer right there. And nice scan going down. The creep tumors all going down. He's going to need another scan though. I think he's missing quite a few. There we go. The last few are going to go down. And that is all the creep tumors going down. At this base, he hasn't managed to get it up, but it's at half health. And there is a large amount of lings coming in. Don't quite have speed yet, but speed is just about to finish. And here we go. This base is in a lot of trouble. And Savage is not letting INnoVation have any sort of break right now. And the banelings coming in is just going to make this worse. He actually can. No, he didn't cancel baneling speed. It just went off the edge of the map. Oh my god, look at this stuff. All those workers dying, coming in here. The lings coming in, just attacking this bunker all over the place. Widow Mine going to help some of them out, but the bunker does go down. All of the Marines going to go down inside. The reinforcements able to save most of these workers, which is a good idea. But still, the attacks from Sabotage just... Sorry, not Sabotage. Sabotage is the name of a band, which I like. It's actually named Savage. Is just doing such a great job here. A Hellbat drop. Trying to do some stuff. Not really. This Hellbat has got 0 kills so far. And the Queen is completely owning it right now. Here we go. Nice transfuse. Is the amount of health of the transfuse? 125. I feel like that's a lot more than it used to be. I feel like it used to be like 50 health or something. So I've been up to 125. That's pretty awesome. More Hellbats trying to do some stuff, but just not working. And meanwhile, Mutalisks are out on the map. We've got 6 out, 3 more coming out, and Mutaling is definitely all over the place. So it's going to come down to how INnoVation could sort of jump off this. He's quite a bit behind on the workers. It's about 17 behind, so definitely a bit more than he would otherwise have liked. Still desperately trying to get those workers out. And the Mutas, meanwhile, are just going to be shutting down any attempt by INnoVation to get into this Zerg base. So INnoVation, all he can do is sort of build up his bases, try and keep all of his stuff going. He's been so behind on the economy for such the longest time. And here come the Mutas into his base. No missile turrets to be seen. One just about to be finished, but Beautiful, beautiful timing. Missile turret just manages to get up, and the mutas are going to get out of there. Here we go. This force thinking about moving out, but with mobile mutas on the way and with such an excellent creep spread all over the place, it's going to be very, very hard for INnoVation to sort of breach this. And look at all of the Banelings that are coming out as well. To a total of 19 Banelings, 27 Lings. So Savage definitely has a very, very scary amount of army. He's behind a little bit on the army forces because he was spending so much on building the mutas, but now he is going to be able to just throw minerals at Lings and just build an absolute crapload of them. INnoVation putting a lot of pressure on the Mutalist there, but the Mutalist managing to survive for the time being. And that is going to be pretty awesome. INnoVation jumping off that move to just sort of push out there, trying to attack the fourth, but meanwhile, a whole bunch of guys coming in, and this third base is going to take a hell of a lot of losses. That is, every Baneling in the entire world just went into that patch of workers, just barely managing to save the orbital there, but so many workers lost. He's down 44 to 80. He killed a couple of workers here, but most of them managing to get away. Hatchery is going to go down, and after using up all of his Banelings, Savage doesn't really have a crap load of stuff to really take out this formidable Terran force. He's going to try to send the Mutalist in there. Not really a good idea, but he's starting to get out the ground forces necessary to try and hit these guys. And here we go, pushing in with all the Lings, with all the Banelings. He is on creep, so the Baneling will be able to move as fast as they can, but it was not enough, and INnoVation just has enough forces to push away those grounded units. And look at the amount of reinforcements that he's coming in with. It's just absolutely beautiful that he can get this many forces off an economy which has just been hit again. He's starting to get back up, but yeah, he's really, really doing a phenomenal job in this game. And suddenly Savage is looking so decisive at the start of the game, just doing so much good stuff, is starting to look like he's in a little bit of trouble. He's really doing a good job in this battle though. The amount of Lings that he got out and being able to just send the mutas in, take some hits with them and just start wiping out stuff. Really, really nice job there. So great defense from Savage. He's got his replacement fourth over here. We can expect him to get this one up again as well. Nice medevac going to be doing some scouting, seeing the base. This is absolutely crucial for the Terran player to be able to see that base. He's going to try and get out of there now, but the muta's intercepting him. Meanwhile, a whole bunch of Lings and Banelings ready to go back into the third base over here once again. And one Ling actually being sort of skewed off there to chase these guys. And look at this force. The third base is going to be in so much trouble very soon. Another Terran force coming out here, where they don't really have the massive numbers that they did before. So I think these guys are going to be wiped out in not a long time. INnoVation really needs to block this off. A couple of Widow Mines doing some damage here. And the rest of the forces, actually, the reinforcements are so close to these guys that, yeah, these Lings basically do not do that much at all. The Banelings tried to get into the worker line, but not really getting as far as they can. And INnoVation has been pumping up his macro as hard as he can, doing a really, really great job. But the mutas are coming in, hitting tech labs, hitting reactors, all sorts of good stuff. Not really any critical buildings. If he had time, I'm sure he would have liked to take out an engineering bay, but he did not have time, and he did not have the extreme amount of mutas that I'm sure he wanted to have. He's up to 22 now, which is starting to get there, but these forces coming in are just absolutely crazy. And I don't know, I mean, I'm starting to think he's a little bit hatchery contained, a little bit production contained, Savage. He's really wants to push out a ton of units, but he can only build them so much at a time. And here we go, beautiful opportunity to take out a bunch of workers here, and that is exactly what he's going to do. But INnoVation just seems to bounce back every time he loses a ton of workers. He just bounces back straight away. Look at this one Marauder. He is an absolute beast, man. 10 kills. Freaking awesome, but he is going to die here, unfortunately. So there we go. And Savage holding on to this fifth base, getting his fourth base up again, getting a ton of income. And he's still ahead of INnoVation by a very nice amount, 24 workers. And it will be very hard for Mules to sort of keep up with that. But INnoVation desperately, I think, needs to start worrying about a fourth base. There's his fourth base up there now. but there is creep all over the construction site, which is not going to be good for him. Meanwhile, the muta clump is starting to get very, very huge. Not too many upgrades on these guys. The Lings have most of the upgrades, but even 2-2, I mean, they haven't started on 3-3 yet, which is not that good. Nice drop force over there, but the creep spread's so awesome for Savage that he's able to get over there very, very quickly. But another drop coming over there. Great job by INnoVation, just being everywhere at once to try and take off this army. And only the phenomenal creep spread that... Oh! That Widow Mine. Ow. So bad. So bad. But here we go. This force coming in here, and they could maybe take out the infestation pit, which would be a nice bit of tech for them to take out. The mutas, meanwhile, going into the main base, try and take out what they can. I'm sure they'd like to actually hit some workers, but in the main base, I suppose it's the furthest point from anywhere else. And so it keeps the Terran forces as far back as they can to try and head them off. And here we go, he's going to be knocking out this thing again, the hatchery going down. And Savage is starting to lose quite a bit of workers here. He's definitely not in bad numbers yet, but look at this, the muta's coming in and really, really hitting some good stuff. Most of the Marines are out for the day. Look at how many Widow Mines there are on the field. It's just absolutely insane, and the mutas have got to get out of here ASAP. They cannot possibly stand against that many Widow Mines. Muta clump starting to look quite a bit all over the place in terms of their health. They need a little bit of time to regenerate, but INnoVation is going to keep the pressure on, constantly sending out stuff, constantly just sweeping the creep back. This medevac's still out there, just not really doing anything. Neither player really worrying about it at the moment. And so far, I mean, Savage has just been a constant battle to keep these bases up. Look at this base, it's nearly down. He needs to get a queen over there, start transfusing that, but I think he's got other things on his mind at the moment. Continuing to push out the muta force, he's up to 20, so he's lost a few, but that's still a very large amount of mutas to have. And as long as he keeps them away from the Widow Mines and the Marines, he should be able to do a ton of damage. Here we go, the Marine count going in there. Meanwhile, all of the Lings going in, but there is a planetary here. And a Widow Mine hit is going to wipe out most of them, but the Banelings just... so many Banelings just wiping out that planetary fortress. And meanwhile, the Terran force going to be hitting in there, wiping out that hatchery. The mutas coming in. They're going to get scared away by some reinforcing Marines. And the Marines just finishing off everything here. The remainder of the Lings just going to be chasing these guys, but they are getting wiped out by this bunker. You have a look at the income tab, 43. So INnoVation constantly going down. Some reinforcing Banelings should be able to head this force off. He's definitely got quite a lot of Banelings. He just needs to get them while they're on the creep. Doing a beautiful split here. Some of them losing, but Savage not committing his entire Baneling force. Is actually hiding the... Oh, beautiful Widow Mine hits, taking out most of those Banelings. And it's so hard for the Terran force to actually knock... Oh, God, this is so close. Widow Mines almost hitting the mutas, and the mutas got out of there just in the nick of time. If he hadn't been paying attention, if it had just been an extra second, he maybe would have lost all of those mutas. It is that close in this game. But having to pull back from this extra amount of army, sending in the Banelings, and the Terran player did not quite have enough to hit this hatchery. He's going to go in again, but now the Banelings are going to be coming out, and the Terran player is getting a little bit skittish, but again, the Zerg player Savage, not quite confident that he has enough to take out this many forces. And my God, his third base goes down, and now he's just got this base. This is his main mining base at the moment, mining off one. And the Terran player mining off this one. This one still has minerals because it took him so long to get the base down here. And, oh, this Widow Mine still just hitting stuff all over the place. And the Terran player continuing to push on. It's going to be, I do not know. I think Savage is definitely on the back foot right now. I definitely think he's going to have trouble getting the income up that he really, really needs to sort of defend. He's got a lot of mutas, but he's down to 12 at the moment. Oh, I think a Widow Mine just hit all of those, but they're at full health anyway, so... Oh, the mutas managing to take out that Widow Mine just before the units got there. And INnoVation getting this base down. Just a couple of Lings, but he saves them off fairly quickly. And Savage is definitely in a lot of trouble there. He is definitely base starved, he's income starved. It's all down to this base. This is the only thing that's keeping him alive right now. And INnoVation has a giant bullseye on this base right now. He's got Widow Mines all over the place. He's being very careful in how he goes after this base. But couple of infestors, I don't think they're going to help too much. The Baneling's coming in here beautifully, doing great stuff, sending most of these forces away, and the Mutas are getting in there, but these last group of Marines may be able to hold off. I think all of the Banelings are dead. No, there's a bunch more here, and just nice bit of fungal growth work there to sort of tie these guys down, and Savage has just got nothing left, absolutely nothing left. These last 20 Lings just not quite there in time, and he must have lost so many attacking forces to the Widow Mines that were all over the place. So really great job there by INnoVation, turning that around, just fending off some excellent attacks from Savage over the course of this game. Really nice job, and thank you very much for watching this Daily Masters cast. This has been Hairy Muppet, and my voice is actually a little bit hoarse. I think I was yelling too much in that game, but yeah, really awesome. So stay tuned for Daily Masters tomorrow. This has been Hairy Muppet. I hope you enjoyed this game.